She has some distance there. Wait, one more and then we'll start. Guys, I'm doing this for you because if I don't give this cat her treats, she's going to be meowing through the whole video. All right, I think we could start. Let's wait until the siren stops. All right, one more. Okay. Hello, everybody. So, give me 1 second to sit down here, and we'll do the little update because this is really. Let me put this down so I don't shake everywhere. 1 second. Here we go. There we go. How do I look? Look okay? All right. Okay, I'm seeing the stream. Excellent. All right, we're going better this time than before. That's great. Oh, and I'm looking at a little preview, and it's actually working this time. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, excellent. So the main thing I wanted to talk about. This probably is going to be a fairly quick video, but the main thing I want to talk about is I secured a venue to do the live event that I was talking about. In the last stream that I did. So big news! I rented it out. I got it. I don't know if anybody's gonna go, but if I don't know how successful it's going to be. But I got a nice big space in Manhattan on 14th Street. I don't know the exact address offhand. It's like West 14th Street in Manhattan, like near a bunch of trains. So it's like super convenient. I was looking at a bunch of other venues, and I went like all the way through the booking process with a different venue, and then at the last minute, they ended up trying to charge me like 50% more in extra fees. So it's like booking a venue in New York City is a big pain, especially if you want to get a place that has like a nice big screen on it. So, oh, wait, what? Someone's texting me on. Oh, it's Steven. Steven, don't text me now. um, where was I? Yes. Big pain to get venues in New York City. They're extremely expensive, very often very small. I looked at a few different theaters. There's one that's like really cool. It's called Film Noir, and I've seen shows there. They do a lot of like really like indie things, and they're like really cheap. Like if you want to like go to see a show, it's like $5, $10. It's not a lot of money, but if you want to rent the space, it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I don't know how they make. Well, I guess I do know how they make their money. Not off ticket sales, but off renting it out to people like me or people who have more money than me. So yeah, I decided to go with more of a performance venue that also is multi-purpose, and it has like the setup to do screenings. It's called Secret Loft, and I put the information in the description below with a link to the site. So if you live in New York City or somewhere near New York City and you would like to come and see this event, here are the details. September 28th, which is Saturday, 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Secret Loft. And it is a free event with a suggested donation. I would love to do it completely free, but honestly, the venue was still it's the cheapest I could find, but it's still hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars out of my own pocket. So if yeah, it's free, but there's a donation box. So if you want to contribute $10 to going towards the venue, then that's a big help. But I don't expect it to make a profit or anything. So it's probably going to be still cost me some money, but hopefully not as much as I spent already. So I'm hoping to get some of that back, and that's the only reason. But you know, if you're hard on your luck or something, you don't want to give $10, that's fine too. You can go for free, and Yeah, so if you're in New York City or nearby, check it out. It's going to be on that Saturday, and it's not going to be just a screening. I realized in the last channel update that I did that I didn't really make it clear what the event was going to be, but it's going to be mostly a screening of the full Coco de Mer video. So it's going to be the whole thing like as it is intended. You know, I'm releasing it in chapters to make it a little bit more digestible and to give me a little more time to polish off the edges on it. So that's why I've been posting it in segments. But intended to be watched is to watch the whole thing in one sitting, and that is how I'm going to be presenting it in this venue. So it's going to be beautiful, big screen. It's like a 9-foot screen or something. It's a big one, and it's going to be all put together in like one solid video. It's just over an hour. It's not like very long. I think it's like an hour and 10 minutes. If I have time, I might end up editing it a little bit more and making improvements to some segments that you may have already seen on YouTube. But we'll see. We'll see. It's coming up fast. So it's only, like 2 weeks from now? And I've got some work coming up. So I'm going to do my best, but I'll definitely have the whole thing ready by then, but might be able to actually go through and do a final edit of the entire thing as one unit. So it will be maybe a little bit different than what you've been seeing on YouTube, if all goes accordingly anyway. And yeah, after the screening, it's going to be a Q&A, so a live Q&A for the live audience. Like if you choose to come, then you can ask questions there, or I'll also be doing a streaming of the full event. So if you're, well, not the full event, but the Q&A anyway. And I'm not going to stream the screen. It's just that wouldn't look good. But I'm going to be doing a stream of the Q&A on here. So as you're watching me right now, you'll be able to see the whole event or the whole Q&A live. If you don't live in New York, well, at least live on your screen of choice. And if you have any questions that you want to contribute to the Q&A, then I'll have somebody kind of moderating that. So if you can't make it, you can still participate in the live event. And beyond that, and this is something that I'm afraid you can't do if you're watching from afar, and that is I'm going to have a tasting table. So a lot of people have been wanting me to share my precious rare fruit with them, and this will be a chance to get a sample of some of like the weird things that I get to try. I don't know what I'm gonna have on hand, but I have sources, guys. I know some places where you can get some weird fruits. I'm gonna go to some of my weird places. I'm gonna do some hunting. I'm gonna try to find some bizarre stuff, and then I'll have a little tasting table out at the live event. So if you go, not only is it like free, but you also can try something that hopefully you haven't had before. Ideally, I'll be able to find something pretty weird. If I don't, then I'll at least probably have some jackfruit or something out, something that's at least like a little weird. But I think I'll probably be able to find like a few very odd things to have on hand. So yeah, and of course I'll be there. So it'll also act as a meetup. So you can meet me. You can meet other people who are viewers of this series. This will be a way for you guys to connect and make friends and all sorts of good stuff. Or you can just watch the movie and leave, like whatever you want to do. So it's gonna be pretty good. So we've got a screening, some extra info about it, Q&A, fruit tasting, meet and greet, and that's about it. It's going to be about 3 hours long. So 3 hours of fruit fun at this venue in New York City. So if you are interested, guys, in case you're just joining, we went from 12 people were watching when this started, and now we're at 80, 79. Okay, it's dropping, but I better talk fast. 77. Oh God. Okay. If you want to see this event and you live in New York City or somewhere nearby, the information is in the description below. So check it out. And yeah, I'll take a moment after, since I've been going on for just about 10 minutes now. So I'm going to do a little show and tell, a little bonus for you. Nothing to do with the event. I know like some people are tuning out because they're like, oh, he's talking about New York City. I don't live in New York City. Goodbye. So here's a little show and tell for everybody. I have from the first chapter of my Coco de Mer series. I talked about this. This is the Kamandalu, and I know it happens. Like I've got a few people leaving comments on that first video asking for more information about this, because in the video all you see is this thing just like spinning around. Most expensive shot of the entire series, guys. Out of all those 5 videos, most expensive shot because this thing was damn expensive. Not as expensive as they usually are. I did manage to get quite a bargain, but when you take this, and also I bought a little rotating table for it, like a little electronic rotator. Oh, this is gonna be a better word for that. Electronic rotating display that I got for this. When you put those together, we're talking like nearing $500 for that. That was a lot of money to get that shot. But yeah, this guy right here. Usually these go for like minimum would be like $1,000, and that's if you get one that's like shipped from India. They're very, very expensive, but I was like, I really wanted one, so I kind of like had it like on an alert on eBay, and I was kind of like digging for it, making sure I got like a real one. And this one ended up being $350, which is very cheap, comparatively anyway. And the Coco de Mer, if you get them at the tourist places in the Seychelles, they're like, I think they're $400. I mean, it's a whole one, and I think they're polished, but it's just the nut, like nothing else to it. Those are $400, and I wanted to get one when I was there. I really wanted to get one when I was there, and being thrifty as I am, I was kind of like shopping around, and I met somebody who's like, "Oh, I can get you one cheap. I have a connection. It'll be totally legit. You don't need to worry about it. It's gonna be 100% legal, but." A cheap Coco de Mer for $250. I was like, great. Didn't come through. And by that point, I was not near any place where I could buy them. They only have them at tourist destinations throughout the Seychelles. They have it at the Valley de Mai that I went to, and the botanical garden that they have there. They have them at places like that. But yeah, that's it. So after I missed that opportunity, I was like, damn it. So I went home without the Coco de Mer. So I wanted to buy one online, and I'm kind of glad it didn't work out, because I got this, which I actually like even more. Even though I guess you're only getting half the Coco de Mer with this guy, you are getting a lot more history, because this is a very significant religious item, and you also get all this decoration. I don't know what you want to call it. All of the extra accoutrement here. We've got the little thing opens up here. This little plug. This is where you put the water. It's got the little spout. And yeah, if you didn't see this part of the video, if you forgot, it's how this is used is you fill this with water, and when you pour it out, it is meant to basically like bless that water. It becomes the elixir of life, according to, I think it's in Hindu belief system. So people who use this are generally ascetics, like people who are holy men, that have given up all their possessions, and they will take all of their food and they'll pour water from a kamandalu on it in order to make it holy. I'm sure not doing this. I'm sure I'm not doing this like proper justice, but but my basic understanding is that that's kind of like how it works. So it's, and I was reading that people who follow this, they're meant to only eat food as if it were a medicine. So you don't take food for pleasure, and part of the process is you pour water on it to as part of the ritual of eating food. And yeah, usually they don't have one that costs $1,000. They usually have a small copper one, or a small metal one, or one that's made out of a gourd. So I think ones like this are meant to be more of like holy items that would be at a temple or something. I did a full video on this in as an exclusive video on my Patreon. So if you're one of my patrons, sorry if you're hearing me say things twice. So, but yeah, more or less that's about it. And yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that it worked out this way with a bit more to it. And this is from a seller online who his father in the 50s was like a big traveler, and he traveled all around the world, and everywhere he would go, he'd pick up like one item to take back. And then his father passed away. And when his father passed away, the family sold off all of those souvenirs. This guy's like eBay account was like full of weird stuff. There's all sorts of cool stuff because there are some fake ones out there, and they make those out of wood. So just buying it online, you don't know what it's going to be. And yeah, I asked him, he was like, yeah, it's real. I was like, really? But so I was taking a gamble, but it was either $350 Coco de Mer that is usually $1,000 or more, or buying a $350 piece of wood. And how I viewed it is like, if this were made out of wood, I think an artisan would probably sell it for more than that. So I was like, fine, if I get ripped off, I get ripped off. It'll still look cool. And you can tell it's real. When you look, it's going to be impossible to see on camera, but if you look in there, it's clearly the inside of a shell. It is not wood or anything. So I think that's about it with with my show and tell. Not quite 20 minutes. So let me take a... someone's saying the connection's bad. Looks okay for me. So... what kind of genie comes out when you rub it? I think the guy... yeah, I think the guy already used it up. The genie's gone. So I'll take a few minutes here for any questions, and then I think we're gonna call it an evening. I'm getting people saying that there is a bad connection. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm doing this on my phone. I have all the power like up, but yeah. Oh, Matt asked. Let me see if can I do anything about that? I don't think I can really do much about the quality. So I apologize, guys, if the quality is bad. Okay, so Matt chimed in. Matt at mattpeppers.com was asking me if I ate all the peppers. Matt, you sent me 73 peppers in the mail. Thank you. But no, I did not eat 73 peppers yet. I'm trying. The problem with eating hot peppers is that they're hot peppers. So if you only eat so many, but I've been having a great time going through it. I met with Michael the other day. We sat down, ate a whole bunch, and yesterday I ate a whole bunch. I'm going to actually probably eat a few more tonight. They're keeping pretty well, though, so I don't know if I'm going to get through all 70-something of them, but making a dent. I probably got through like half of them so far, so pretty good. And thanks again, Matt, for sending me all those peppers. It's like absolutely amazing to get a chance to compare everything. Okay. Did I get the motorized Lazy Susan for display? Yes. I bought that thing specifically for this. was the main reason. But I also was toying with the idea of doing the Cabinet of Curiosity videos where I talked about more items from my collection. So it was like inspired by this to be able to properly display an item, and but I had plans to use it for other things. So this inspired it, but then I wasn't gonna just like use it one time and then throw it in the closet. So uh, yeah, that's why I got it. And there's probably gonna be more of the Cabinet of Curiosity videos soon. By the way, I took some time to focus on the Coco de Mer. So after this month, well, I'd say either maybe not October, because October I'm on tour, so I don't know if I'll be able to really work that much in October. But November, in November, I plan on putting 3 a week again. So the Pepper videos will be making a comeback. The Cabinet of Curiosity videos, where I talk about different items from my collection, they'll be coming back. Anything else that you want to see, that you missed from my old other series, let me know. Junk food videos, stuff like that. Can't really do the That's Not Coffee video so much because Stu and Albo, who did them with me, they moved, so it's kind of difficult to do those videos. A few people have been asking about those. So I might do them on my own, I guess, or maybe get Michael to do them with me or something. But it's going to be different. It's going to be different because of that. But I do have a couple of things. I've got bay nuts over there that can be used to make coffee. I've got another thing that's like made from pistachios. I got them in my cupboard, so I can do it, but it would just be like on my own or with somebody else. All right, so if there's some more questions, I'll take a couple more. It's a little... Oh, okay. Have I tried cotton candy grapes? Yes, it's in the Grapple episode. Have I tried dwarf bonfire peach or kiwi berries? Dwarf bonfire peach, I've never heard of. Kiwi berries are in the kiwi episode. Have I tried rula? No, but Steven and I found the tree when we were in Madagascar. So there's one of the videos we talk about the tree, but we don't end up reviewing it. The fruits weren't very good. Benjamin just asked me what is my favorite Garcinia. That's tough. I would say probably the Acha-Cha reigns supreme, although I've had some that are fairly similar. The Imbi that was sent to me by Miami Fruit, that one's pretty close to that one. And there was another one that I had in Bolivia, I think the Garcinia Intermedia. That one was also very good. Oh, and by the way, speaking of my favorite Garcinia, I'm going to do another top 10 best fruit in the world episodes. Usually I do them at right after a major episode. So I did one, I think, at episode 100, and I did one at 200. I did one at 300. I was going back and forth like best, worst, in order to kind of like switch it up a little bit. This time I'm going to do it a little differently because I've been doing these videos now for almost 7 years, which is a really, really long time. I've been reviewing a lot of fruit. So to continuously draw from that same pool of so many fruits, some of them that I had almost a decade ago, I feel like I can't really be such an accurate judge on them because my mind is a little clouded with nostalgia. Like I want, like how I'm saying like Acha-Cha is my favorite Garcinia. I'm not sure if it is, but it was the first time I had one that was so good like that. So it made such an impression on me. So I might have nostalgia goggles on a little bit about those Garcinias. So I think what I'm going to be doing as I go forward is I'm going to review just the past videos from the last top 10. So the last top 10 best that I did was episode 201. So the next one is going to be everywhere from 201 to 400. So it's going to be 200 videos that I'm sampling from instead of 400 videos, just because otherwise it's just going to be too much. And then I think when I do the next top 10 worst, it's going to be the same thing. I mean, there might be a top 10 worst without, or there would be, where Noni would not be number one, which that's amazing. Like it's hard to imagine a top 10 list of the worst things without Noni being on it. But this will keep a little bit more suspense. You won't know what number one is going to be for that, and maybe not for the best one. So yeah, if you totally hate that idea, you can let me know in the description or something, and I could do all 400 again. But I think like doing the past 200 just makes more logical sense. It'll make it more interesting, because I think honestly my favorite fruit still to this day is the Lukac, which is number one from the last one. So I want to kind of switch it up a little bit. Okay, so I'll we're getting a little late. I'm gonna take one more question. Make it a good one. What we got? Oh, what is my favorite pepper? Huh. I'll take that's a good question. What is my favorite pepper out of all of the peppers that I've had? And he was talking more black pepper rather than chili pepper. Well, I've had a few. I had regular black pepper. I've had it ripe. I've had it green. I've had it white black pepper, black pepper. That's redundant. I've had white pepper, black pepper, long pepper, two types of long pepper. I've had pink peppercorns. I've had Madagascar pepper, and probably some other ones. One thing that I was surprised with how good it is, and I'll be actually posting a video about this soon, is having black pepper when it's fully ripe is actually really good. It's like it's fruity tasting. It's got like a lot of flavor. So like when you get black pepper from like a supermarket, those are they take the black pepper green, you pick it green, and they process it. They dry it out until it is the black peppercorns with the flesh on it and everything. White peppercorn is when they take the flesh off. And there's green peppers where I think they pickle it, and then pink black pepper, or pink pepper, I guess, is a not even related to that. It's a totally different thing. But yeah, because they pick them green, I think it's meant to make the heat a little bit more clean. This is like a clean, simple heat, not a whole lot of flavor to it. But when you let them ripen and fully develop, they get this really nice fruity taste to them. And I got a chance to try them fresh when I was in Africa, and it was good. It was like surprisingly good. Like they had a nice heat to them, they had a nice fruity flavor to them. I'm kind of surprised that we have, black pepper, white pepper, pink pepper, but we don't have black pepper that is ripened. I think that would be something that people would actually want. Like, I mean, if that were available to market, I would get that, because it's like a spice that has a flavor to it. So if you're to like take those and like crush up the fresh ones and like cook them with some, I don't know, some spinach or something, it'd be delicious. That'd be really, really good. So yeah, it looks like getting a lot of troll comments there, and it's been 30 minutes. I think that's just the nature of YouTube. You talk for too long, and all the trolls come out of the woodwork. So I think I'm gonna take that as my cue to leave, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this live stream. And once again, if you're interested in going to the live event, go to the description below. There's a link to the event page. If you live in New York and you want to go, it is Saturday the 28th. So hope to see you there. If not, I'll be streaming that as well. So that will probably be the next time that I do a live stream. Will be at that event. So if I don't see you there in person, I will see you there on the internet. And yeah, see you then. Bye bye.